Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Bob. I want to talk to you this morning about the 4 must-haves I want to see that you'll need to have on your Milestone 3 project. So the first one is to explain which social institution you're going to be writing about. You can pick one or the other, either family or education. And now you've already written about these, so it's not like you have to create a new mousetrap. So pick which one you want to go with, and that's the one you'll use. Okay, so, and make that very clear in your very first paragraph. Say, the social institution I've chosen to write about is either family of origin or education. Okay, the second thing is you need to demonstrate a clear understanding of the definition of gender. And we're going to be talking about societal forces here. Gender is the first one you're going to be writing about. So, what do I want to see there? Most importantly, I want to see a definition of gender. And please, do not use the dictionary, do not use the encyclopedia, use an academic source. Your best academic source is, of course, your textbook. But if you don't like the definition in the textbook, you can always find one in an academic journal or some other journal on sociology or another textbook on sociology. And then you have to explain how gender has shaped your identity. And when I mean that, explain, you're going to have to give me some concrete examples, right? That's where most of you fall down or fall short on your papers, is you're not giving me the examples. You'll say, oh, gender has shaped my life. Well, tell me how, okay? How has that shaped your identity? All right, so then the second thing we're going to, or I'm sorry, the third thing actually, is to a clear understanding of the definition of race and ethnicity. Now, going back to gender real quickly, gender differentiates from sex. Sex refers to the biological differences that separate men and women, right? Gender refers to the societal expectations based on those biological differences. All right, so race and ethnicity. Again, you need to make sure that you give me a very clear definition of race and ethnicity, both of them. Now, again, you can use your textbook for that. That's your best source. Now, for every definition that you give me, you need to cite the source in the text. You probably saw that on your feedback, source in text, citation. That means the author's last name and the year of publication. Then when you do that, you need to include it in your reference section, which should be a separate page. Now, if you need help with the reference section, you can always go to the Writing Center. You can download the journal article that I posted in the announcements, or you can go to Purdue OWL and use the APA style for reference section. Okay, and of course I'm always available if you want to send me a draft, and I can help you with that as well. But I always recommend the reference section, the Writing Center for help with that. Okay, so once again, race and ethnicity. What's the difference? Well, race refers to, once again, those physiological characteristics that separate us. And they're the categories that we use to put people into different groups. Are you black? Are you white? Are you Asian? Right? And of course, you need those definitions, which again, you get either from your textbook or you can get it from some other academic source. All right, and then again, more examples. How have race and ethnicity shaped your identity? And again, you're going to use as your frame either education or your family of origin, one or the other. And then the fourth thing, of course, is social class. How has social class shaped your identity? Once again, you're not going to need to give me a definition to demonstrate that you have a clear understanding of what social class is. And once again, either use your textbook or use some other academic source for social class. And then finally, I want to say, make sure you submit this as a journal entry. Please do not attach it as a Word document. What happens when you attach it as a Word document, it makes it more difficult to use the embedded rubric to grade your project. So, if you're going to write it up as a Word document, that's fine. I do that myself. Then copy and paste that into your journal entry. Okay. Finally, again, I just want to stress a couple of things. First of all, make sure you give plenty of good concrete examples. Make sure you give your definitions. You use in-text citations, and you list your sources in the reference section and in your citation. As always, I'm available if you want to run a draft by me, but I recommend using the Writing Center. They're a great resource, and they have really helped my students in the past. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I hope you all have a great day, and I'm looking forward to seeing those final projects.